Hidden away in the woods of Wroxall on the Isle of Wight lies what's left of Appuldurcombe House. Once an elegant Baroque country estate, considered one of the most prestigious of its era and envy of the elite. Now the shell of this once vibrant home swells with the tales of its long-deceased residents, gaining an enduring reputation as one of the most haunted buildings on the island. As we begin to delve into the hauntings of Appuldurcombe, its incredible history may offer some clues as to their origins. So grab yourself a drink, dim the lights. This is the story of Appuldurcombe House. The estate's history can be traced back as far as 1100, with the construction of a priory on the site, later becoming an abbey for the nuns of the Order of St Clair, who resided here for around 400 years. By the 16th century, the estate was in the possession of the influential Worsley family, even hosting King Henry VIII. In the late 1600s, the house was bequeathed to Sir Robert Worsley, 4th Baronet, who set about redeveloping the existing Tudor mansion into the English Baroque manor house we see today. Worsley writing, "Appuldurcombe as I found it in 1690, and of which I have not left one stone standing." A shame nothing of the abbey remains, but a worthy replacement nevertheless, designed by architect John James. Though sadly Sir Robert Worsley would never see his home entirely complete, passing away in 1747. His great-nephew, Sir Richard Worsley, would go on to extend the house and redesign the gardens for himself and his new wife, 17-year-old Seymour Fleming, to whom he married for love, and a lump sum of £80,000, so maybe not the ideal foundations for a lasting marriage. And lasting it was not. The pair would sadly lose their infant child in the house, and would go on to separate after a highly publicised legal battle between the pair. Appuldurcombe embroiled in controversy as his new wife had admitted to having 27 different lovers, of which it said Worsley actually encouraged. Worsley awarded a settlement of a single shilling for his troubles. As you could imagine, this was quite the story, this cartoon from the period mocking the pair's perceived dysfunctional marriage. A disgraced and broken man, Sir Richard Worsley's death in 1805 would signal the beginning of the end for Appuldurcombe as a home. The building would serve as a hotel, a school, and even housed monks once again from 1901 to 1907, exiled from Solesmes Abbey in France. Plans to redevelop and restore the house were scrapped after a German bomb struck the gardens of the estate in 1943, accelerating the decay that had already begun to take hold. Today the shell of the manor is renowned for the eerie echoes of its past. One of the most peculiar occurrences reported around the front of the house is the phantom of a horse-drawn carriage pulling up to the eastern entrance by the once grand fountain. The phantom carriage phenomena is one we've come across before at other ruined stately homes, such as Houghton House in Bedfordshire. Perhaps a residual repeat of daily life when the manor was a cherished home. This might also explain the ghostly monks in their brown robes, of which fleeting glimpses are still reported on the grounds to this day, sometimes carrying a staff topped with a lantern, other times cloaked in darkness, seemingly observing from afar. Though it's when we step inside the house that we learn of the most unsettling occurrences. In the dead of night, it's said that the sound of a child's laughter echoes through the empty halls, a seemingly playful spirit to those that visit, though never to be seen. It's said that the gatehouse is haunted by the spirits of a pair of young lads. In Gay Baldwin's excellent series on the island's ghosts, she describes how in 1567, John and George Worsley would be schooled in the gatehouse. It's said that the two young boys were victims of a fatal explosion, as drying gunpowder was ignited by a stray ember from an open fire. A terrible accident. The pained screams of the pair still haunting the gatehouse to this very day. On misty mornings, the sounds of a baby crying can be heard, often coming from the area where the laundry and washroom once stood, now part of the gardens. The custodians of the estate have come to recognise these as the sounds of Appuldurcombe, their origins a mystery. And though we can't access it today, the basement is reported to be the most haunted part of the house. It's said that when down there, shadow figures dance across the walls, and that those that dare descend are met with a heavy sense of foreboding dread. So is Appuldurcombe haunted by the spirits of its past, or simply a deteriorating house victim to time. The winds whistling through its exposed corridors, the wildlife residing in the crumbling brickwork. Either way, we're reminded of the fascinating history of a once prestigious home.